Hey, Dr. Simmons here. Got a little bit of David Wade playing classical gas in the background. Hey, I hope your week is going good. Hope you're looking forward to Christmas or Hanukkah, Festivus, whatever you're looking forward to. I've been grading your papers and or your test and your discussion boards, and I've been very pleased with the discussion boards as a whole. You're getting better with them. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. You've been getting a lot better with those, and you're developing a lot better depth and analysis. Let me just say the reason that we set this thing up this way, the reason I have you having responses to other students, that responses that are more than just, hey, did a good job, like what you said. I want you to develop some good critical thinking skills, some good assessment skills, some good communication skills, because those are absolutely essential to be a good counselor. When people say things, you need to be able to be listening so that you can have a good assessment of what they're saying, which requires good critical thinking skills, that you listen, that you assess what they're doing, that you're critical, and not critical in the negative, but you can critique and evaluate what they're saying. And so the way I design my discussion boards are designed to help you learn those critical thinking skills, analytical thinking skills, and then be able to clearly communicate what you've heard. And you need to be able to do that concisely, succinctly, get to the point. And so I try to grade the discussion boards that way. And that's what I'm looking for in the discussion boards. The quizzes have been a little tough. Basically, the quizzes are designed to just basically to help you work through the material in the textbook. They are open book, open note. Take all the time you want. You can only take them once, though. You can save it. I think you should be able to save it and come back to them, but you can only take it once. Now, the reason that that you do it that way is just to help you work through the book and get a feel for what the authors are saying. Some of you have struggled a little bit with that, and I didn't. The test basically come from the text author, the text publisher. They write those tests for us. I try to go through those, but they're designed not to trip you up or anything else, but just to help you get a feel for the book. Some of you have done pretty well on those, and some of you had a real struggle getting with it. And I think it's probably the difficulty trying to understand the authors and what's going on. So what I've done, I've gone into all the tests, and I've upgraded your test. So if you think you only made a 70 and you ended up making better than that, that's because I went in and changed those. Some of you mentioned some questions that were a little difficult, so I did give you credit for all of those. So all of you should be in pretty good shape on the quizzes. The quizzes are not designed to help to take away from the good grades that you should be making with your other assignments. Don't forget, the blog is basically designed not to talk about how you're feeling, but basically designed to help develop a sense of community. By that I mean that if you come across a good source or a resource that you think is good and would help, go in there to the blog and enter it in there. It can be a web link, it could be a resource, it could be a book, it could be something you found on in the library. Now put that in there to help begin to share what you're learning. That's peer learning, PEER, peer learning, and I think that's very critical in the professional field of counseling, that we need to learn from each other, and helps develop a sense of community. I think all of you have done your introduction wiki pages, but the next wiki page, the course wiki, I have a description of it in there, is to help you get a good grasp of the social and cultural impacts your family's had or you have had. Some of you may want to trace back your heritage back to 1500 or before. That's fine. Some of you may not be able to do that, may not know about your family, may not have those things. So do what you can to trace the social and cultural things that have impacted you, part of your culture. I came from a farming family, and so that culture of farming is sort of embedded in me. My mother's side of the family were Irish, and because they were Irish, there are certain things that impacted me with that Irish culture. From the South, so there's a Southern culture that's impacted me. As far as social things, I have some religious impact on me with church. I also have some things such as some other social activities that have impacted me and impacted my family. So I don't want you to get too involved to say deep dark secrets. We don't need to know those. But this is designed to help you get in touch with yourself and some of the things that have impacted you. And sometimes we don't do that until we have to. And I'm hoping you'll be more self-aware. Also, we're doing it as a wiki page so that you can share those things. So don't put anything in there that would embarrass you or your family. Just share openly. And the idea is, what happens is, as we begin to see what other people have been impacted by, then we'll begin to understand how other people feel. So when we're doing it as a project so that other people can see that, so that we can begin to get a feel of how other people are impacted and other things that have touched their lives and influenced them. And therefore, when we begin to do that in a class setting, we'll begin to do that professionally as we become counselors. The whole idea is for me to help develop excellence in your counseling skills and excellence in your ability to be a counselor. And I might push a little bit, but I'm doing it to help you develop and become the very best that you can be. Let me just say what else is going on. The research paper, I have reduced the size of that some, and so that should be a relief to you. I am expecting it to be APA format. I am a stickler for APA, so you just need to know that. I'm a stickler for proper grammar. So you need to really watch that 15-minute video on research that I've done so that you can develop some depth. Again, good research is just not throwing a bunch of stuff together like a jigsaw puzzle. Good research is basically coming and doing the research, doing the study, finding the facts and the information, and then putting it together in a new format, in your own words, not as a hodgepodge of somebody else's. Do not have a lot of quotes in there. That's not going to help you. Don't do a lot of paraphrasing. Look at the video and it will tell you that you need to come up with things in a new, in your own format, in your own words, as a new product. That's what research is. So if you haven't narrowed down your research project, you need to start working on that. Again, now some of you have wanted to make this more of a cultural diversity class than a counseling class. So beware. This is not cultural diversity. This is counseling. Counseling and taking into consideration cultural and social implications in people. So make it about counseling. Anyway, I've been very pleased with what everybody's doing. We'll see if there's still some more classical gas in here. I think we moved on to the next song. This is David Wayne's Europa. Yeah, that is Europa. So anyway, hey, thanks for the hard work. And remember that Christmas break is only a couple of weeks away, less than 2 weeks away? Is that what it is? Anyway, so get to working, get to plugging away, and just keep everything going good. I appreciate the hard work you've done and look forward to continue the term with you. Thank you.